Good evening, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. But first, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sends a cabal of greetings to His Excellency the President of the United States of America on his country's independence anniversary. The Ministry of Health announces 1,374 new COVID-19 cases and 851 recoveries. And an Indian pharmaceutical company says they will launch a novel coronavirus vaccine by August 15th. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those with headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sends a cabal of greetings to His Excellency Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, on his country's independence anniversary. The Ministry of Health announced 1,374 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, which brings the total number registered in the Sultanate to 43,929, including 193 deaths. The Ministry of Health stresses that 851 new cases have been recovered, which brings the total of COVID-19 recoveries in the Sultanate to 26,169. Back to work is a step of hope for the best to come. Here are the instructions that will protect you from coronavirus. Wear masks while leaving your house by following proper procedures. Keep a physical distance of at least 2 meters away from others. Follow the main hygienic procedures of washing or sanitizing hands from time to time. Avoid using elevators as much as possible, and if you have to use it, ensure less number of people to guarantee physical distance from one another. Gatherings at entrances, waiting rooms, offices, meeting halls, and prayer places are forbidden. If you have any symptoms of the disease, immediately contact the bodies concerned specified by the Ministry of Health. By adhering to these instructions, it will assist you in preventing from contracting the COVID-19. Stay safe. Stay safe. The novel coronavirus has killed at least 521,384 people since the outbreak emerged in China last December. At least 10.9 million cases of coronavirus have been registered in 196 countries and territories. Of these, at least 5.6 million are now considered recovered. The United States is the worst hit country with 128,740 deaths from more than 2.7 million cases. At least 781,970 people have been declared recovered. After the U.S., the hardest hit countries are Brazil with 61,884 deaths, the United Kingdom with 43,995, Italy 34,818, and France with 29,875 deaths. The UK case figures have been revised down from the 313,483 reported previously after the authorities changed their counting method. Europe overall has more than 198,000 deaths from 2.7 million cases. Asia, 36,244 deaths. Middle East, 16,959. And Africa, 10,609 deaths. The chief of India's top clinical research agency said in a leaked letter circulated today it envisaged launching a novel coronavirus vaccine by August 15, prompting skepticism from some health experts who questioned the short timeline.
Dozens of vaccine candidates are at various stages of development around the world to tackle the coronavirus pandemic. One from India's Bharat Biotech and being developed with the Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR was this week approved for phase 1 and phase 2 clinical trials. Separately, today, India drug maker Zydus Cadila said it had secured regulatory approval to start human trials on its own COVID-19 vaccine contender. It plans to start trials this month over 1,000 subjects in India. The European Commission said today it had given conditional approval for the use of antiviral remdesivir in severe COVID-19 patients following an accelerated review process, making it the region's first therapy to be authorized to treat the virus. The move comes just a week after the European Medicine Agency EMA gave its go-ahead for the drug produced by Gilead Sciences to be used in adults and adolescents from 12 years of age who are also suffering from pneumonia and require oxygen support. It also comes just days after the company allocated nearly all of its supply for the antiviral to the United States over the next 3 months, stirring concerns about availability elsewhere. The European Union Commission said it was in negotiations with Gilead to obtain doses of remdesivir for the 27 European Union countries. Remdesivir is in high demand after the intravenously administered medicine helped to shorten hospital recovery times in a clinical trial. It is believed to be most effective in treating COVID-19 patients earlier in the course of diseases than other therapies like the steroid dexamethasone.
I am pleased.
And now all the way to France, the new French Prime Minister Jean Castex is a low-profile civil servant and local politician from the right, who recently gained prominence for drawing up a policy to ease the coronavirus lockdown. For supporters, Castex is a hugely impressive bureaucrat who will rapidly master the brief of Prime Minister and handling relations with President Emmanuel Macron, who sits atop presidential system where the Premier is very much number 2. But detractors have already rubbished the appointment, asking why Macron has bothered to replace Edouard Philippe, also a right-winger who has served for 3 years with more of the same. 55-year-old Castex, mayor of Paradis, a small town in the southern Pyrenees Mountains, is no stranger to the corridors of power since his time as an advisor to ex-French President Nicolas Sarkozy. Father of 4 daughters, Castex was until January the coordinator between minister in preparation for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games and head of the National Sports Agency. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin. The difference is 2 seconds is a campaign to deliver an awareness message to the citizens and residents to practice healthy, safe ways to dispose of waste. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. To secure the needs of the Governorate of Musandam and linking it with local markets, Senior Company, which is one of the Asiad group of companies, has operated 186 ferry trips to the wilayas of the Governorate during the period from March till the end of June 2020. 2020. This was carried out in partnership with the private sector. The company transported 9,300 tons of goods and commodities, more than 11,000 citizens and residents, as well as 2,670 vehicles. Oman oil price September 2020 delivery reached $43.30 per barrel. According to Dubai Mercantile Exchange, Oman oil price declined by 16 cents and the average price of Oman oil July 2020 delivery reached $33.68 per barrel, thus $10.03 higher than price of June 2020 delivery. And if we look at it globally, oil prices declined today after previously achieved gains as a result of fears of the increase in the number of coronavirus-infected cases in the United States, the biggest oil consumer. Brent crude future contracts fell by 35 cents as to reach $42.79 per barrel, while U.S. West Texas crude future contracts declined by 35 cents as to reach to more than $40 per barrel. Oman Holding Company for Environment Services, BIA, launched a campaign entitled "The Difference is 2 Seconds" to spread awareness among the citizens and residents to practice healthy and safe ways while disposing of waste. More details in this report.
Leaving waste beside the container is a scene that is repeated quite often. Such practices have prompted Oman Holding Company for Environment Services, BIA, to launch a campaign called 2 Seconds, aiming to enhance awareness among the community about the importance of putting waste inside the designated containers.
BIA has launched a new system in collecting the bins by having 2,400 liters bins being distributed all over Governorate of Muscat. But unfortunately, we have found some practices by the citizens that they are not dealing with these bins in a proper way. So this has become a barrier, and our efficiency is affected, and day-to-day operations being increased due to that.
Throwing waste beside the containers leaves a huge burden on human resources and also affects the efficiency of waste management operations, not to mention causing the spread of insects and diseases.
According to our system, if we use the technology or the automatic way of collecting these bins, the bins will be collected within 45 seconds. But due to the practices of the citizens, we're taking more than 5 minutes, which has a huge impact on our efficiency and also on our day-to-day operations. What we request from the citizens, please take 2 seconds only to open the lid to put your waste inside the bin. So this is, by having these practices, you will be preventing a lot of health issues related to the waste management.
To facilitate disposing of waste of heavy objects, BIA Company has allocated a toll-free number to be called so that BIA will handle moving such waste to the designated dumping areas.
Whenever you have any waste that need to be dumped or to be getting rid from your houses, please contact BIA on 1881. This will prevent you in throwing the waste, whatever you're getting rid of it, next to the bin, and it will help us to maintain the level of services and the appearance of the environment around your areas and your houses.
Adhering to the health and safety procedures while disposing of waste and throwing it in the designated places will help in preserving the public health and maintaining a clean environment for generations to come. صالح بن خلفان الرحبي, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sends a cable of greetings to His Excellency the President of the United States of America on his country's independence anniversary. The Minister of Health announces 1,374 new COVID-19 cases and 851 recoveries. And an Indian pharmaceutical company says they will launch a novel coronavirus vaccine by August 15. With that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. The entire news team here wishing you, each and everyone throughout the country, the very best of health. Follow the precautionary measures. Good night.
ولدي كيف حالك؟ طمنا عليك، من زمان ما شفناك صراحة. كيف العمل؟ أتمنى لك التوفيق وتعود علينا إن شاء الله بخير.